Today I'm going to solve a mystery right on par with the Da Vinci Code. How I went from this 1 year ago to this. From soy boy beta to alpha Chad. How I went from a bedroom crappy studio to having a $10 million beard. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the $10 million studio. I'm your host, Coffeezilla. And today I'm going to tell you my secret, guys. The secret to getting the Lambo in the garage, right? Because believe it or not, I'm a lot like you. I eat my veggies. I put on my pants one suspender at a time, right? I take my vitamins. But there's one important difference. I have $10 million. You may not, which is fine. Actually, that's why I'm here. You might be short a few $1,000,000, but I have an answer for you today how you can get the Lambo without having to lease it. And it's a secret that's gonna change YouTube forever. I feel like no one knows about this except for me, and I keep trying to tell everybody, but nobody's listening. So I'm making this video so I never have to explain myself again. It's called virtual production, and it's basically green screens. And you might be saying, Steven, what's new about that? Well, Mr. Know-It-All, kind of a lot. The game has been changing in the green screen world. You might not know about it. And it's been changing the money production problem on YouTube in a way that basically I feel like nobody's figured out yet. It's just me. And I'm trying to tell as many people as possible about it when I can. So, story time. When I was starting out on YouTube, much younger than this, I quickly noticed there was a problem on YouTube. Well, there's several problems. Honestly, I had a lot of problems on YouTube, right? You know, some of them were easy to solve. You know, I had no personality. That's easy. Just make up a bunch of bad jokes and fake laugh at them. But there are other problems that are harder to solve. One of them, the money production problem. Because you look at a lot of like big YouTubers today, I don't know if you've seen them lately, they're insane. Like gone are the days of low budget sets and bad webcams. There's still a few OG gyms out there, but these guys are the exception, not the rule. Nowadays, you look around, you got people like MKB HD, Linus Tech Tips, and they've got these like $1 million sets going on with staff and all these things to make these videos that look, well, they look great. They look super high quality. But if you're just like a regular guy starting out, that's super intimidating. How do you get to that level? It feels like it's an uphill battle. Like at one point, this YouTuber, Linus Tech Tips, was describing how after he bought his like 6-figure, 7-figure warehouse, he then had to build a house inside of the warehouse just to make it look like YouTuber-y.
So we realized we're gonna stop trying to build sets and we're just gonna build a house. So we found a condo floor plan and we just built it in our warehouse.
And this is the problem most new YouTubers face. And the old answer to this problem was, we'll just get $10 million and invest it in a $10 million studio. The new answer, ladies and gentlemen, which I myself do not use, but you can, is green screen. The answer is CGI. Yes, like computer generated graphics, right? Homegrown CGI. Ladies and gentlemen, it's come a long way in the past decade. I mean, you remember the terrible stuff we used to make back in the day. Wait a second. When was this movie made? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, bad CGI actually still does exist. Just got word. But the ability for individual creators from their basement to make amazing CGI now has come a long way. It's gone from something that nobody but the biggest studios in the world could consider or dare invest in to something that indie YouTubers like Ian Hubert are doing now. And it looks awesome. They're even working on tech now where you don't even need a green screen to even do it. To prove it, here's a buddy of mine, Vikas, showing off some new tech he's been working on.
I'm filming this from my beautiful home, definitely not my crappy basement office that was hastily arranged in the pandemic and is next to a hot water heater.
Are you guys getting it yet? Like, this is without a green screen. And with a green screen, it looks even better. Maybe even, I don't know, indistinguishable from really being in an office. I wouldn't know that personally. I'm just trying to tell you guys that this is going to change what it means to have a professional set. Instead of buying a warehouse where you spend $1 million and then have to build a house inside of your warehouse, there's going to come a time where you can throw up a green screen and look better, or even not have a green screen and look better with more creative sets than you could do for millions of dollars in real life. But okay, that might sound interesting to you, but you're wondering, Steven, this newfangled tech, why now? Why is it coming around now? Weren't we always able to do something like this? Why is the tech just now getting this good? Well, there's been some pretty exciting stuff going around. You may have heard of like the Mandalorian, VTubers have been exploding, mocap suits are getting good. But I think, in my opinion, the biggest shift that we've seen is in realism. With something called ray tracing, which is like a way to mimic how light works in real life, graphics have like taken a quantum leap forward. You've probably already seen it, like Minecraft with ray tracing on, like looks like a work of art. But if you have stuff that isn't just blocks, it starts to look like literally real life. And at some point, it's going to be hard to distinguish computer-generated graphics from real graphics. And I'm not talking like from a movie studio, not a big budget. I'm talking about small YouTubers are going to have their hands in this stuff. There's already huge communities in things like Blender and Unreal Engine, which are both free to use, that are coming up with insane results from the comfort of their own home. Like, here's an example of a car chase scene by Reeve Music. And if you didn't know any better, you'd think this was real. So let's put this together. The secret that no one knows about on YouTube yet is that two things are intersecting, and I want to tell you guys about it. I keep trying to tell my friends, nobody's listening to me, so I'm just going to make this video in hopes that I can inspire somebody. On the one hand, you have YouTube pushing towards higher production content where creators are spending more and more money to make themselves look more professional. On the other side, we have this new technology that's enabling same or better looking visuals for a fraction of the price. Those are going to intersect, and the conclusion is that virtual production is going to be a game changer. And what I'm telling you guys is get on the ground floor. Hey, if you want to pump the stock, Zilla, you can be a part, but also still early into the party if you want to make your own content, right? I believe that this is going to revolutionize the way people make video content, the way that CGI revolutionized how people made movies 30, 40 years ago. And you can be a part of it with very little money, which is awesome. And you can do that, or you can have $10 million like me and just make your $10 million studio the old-fashioned way. Your choice.
All the promises you made, all the kids you said you'd save, but what a shame, you're a fraud. Are you the same as who you say? No, you're